Guys, hello and welcome to the Librarian TV Network. Today is December 6, 2024, and we are right here at the ground of the Capitol building, wherein today the Supreme Court finally determines the fate, the final adjudication between the case between Fonati Koffa and the anti-Fonati Koffa group. But howbeit, we are here with one of the veteran journalists. He will introduce himself and then provide some synopsis regarding what is currently unfolding here at the ground of the Supreme Court.
Thank you for the opportunity.
What's your name, sir?
Introduction to Mingo Tawe, Librarian journalist, right for the People's Newspaper in Honor as well as TV Online. As we all are aware, today is the final ruling in the case involving the Embattled House Speaker, Senator Fonati Koffa, and majority members of the 55th Legislature. And about now Speaker, which is Namekon of Monrovia County, District number 11. So the case has been ongoing since his colleagues declared a vote of no confidence in him as head of the 55th Legislature. And since then, there have been a lot of crises at the Legislature. The Speaker, in his wisdom, decided to come at the court to seek redress, where he came earlier to ask the court to place a writ of prohibition, which means to stop his colleagues from proceeding with sections where they refuse to sit on his gavel. So there are sections have been taking place in the joint chambers of the 55th Legislature. So following that, the Speaker League Court team headed by Councillor Gonglo and others came at the Supreme Court. First, they started from the Justice in Chambers, who declined to issue the writ of prohibition to stop his colleagues from proceeding the 55th Legislature, which means the decline of those lawyers, the decline of the Justice in Chambers sent a clear warning to the Speaker that the proceeding of his colleagues were not illegal. So the Speaker, in his wisdom, following his removal by his colleagues when they elected Speaker Richard Conam, he decided to rule at the Supreme Court, at the four bench of the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court entertained a legal argument from both the lawyers representing the battle speaker and the lawyers representing members of the majority bloc. So since then, recently there have been no sessions since the Supreme Court set a day to make sure to come down with a final judgment in the case involving those lawmakers. Both the majority bloc recently are not having section, and the Speaker since then, over the past 1 month plus, almost 2 months, he have not been having session because they failed to obtain the two-third majority, which means even 37 members of the legislature to make sure they conduct section. So all of the lawmakers from the majority bloc 40 to 30% of them are here, and that of the members of the Koffa are also here in the joint chambers of the Temple of Justice to make sure they listen to the final ruling. But what caught my attention, we interviewed few of those lawmakers, both from the majority side and that of the Koffa side. Both of them are claiming victory. But one thing that caught my attention, when we spoke with the likes of James Colette, we spoke with the likes of Musa Belledu from the Speaker angle, we spoke with the likes of Samuel Enoru from the Speaker angle, we spoke with the likes of Marco Thomas from the majority bloc. Both of them vowed, I repeat, both of them vowed to make sure they respect the decision of the court, because it says any decision from the court today will make sure they will respect the decision from the court and go back to settle their dispute. So the Monrovia County representative said the issue now at the legislature, all 73 members of the legislature should take full responsibility of what happened, because it said by now the budget should have been submitted to the executive for onward deliberation to the president, because we are around the Christmas season. But he said Up to now, the legislature failed to act on that because of the crisis at the legislature. So we are still here. We are posted at the Temple of Justice to make sure we bring you all of the happenings as related to the final ruling in the case involving the Barrel House Speaker.
It seems that you really understand the legislative proceeding. Despite we add for at most 30 minutes, but due to the level of education, I think people are actually wishing to get more insight. Of recent, Honorable Yeke Koloba held a press conference, and he kept saying that yes, indeed, the rule of law, and he kept saying that law is a precedent. Of course, yes, we accept law is a precedent, but then dating back to the Snow's administration when he was speaker as well, wherein he was, according to them, they said he was illegally removed, and there was section ongoing while others were having section at Hotel Africa, while others were also having section at the Joint Chamber, and also it happened in the administration of Honorable Speaker Tyler, right? And these are all precedent. Tyler said yes, his removal was not constitutional; it was politically motivated. But yesterday, both of them actually, they were relieved from their post, despite it was not constitutionally, put out, but politically motivated. And now this also is the case. So, like Honorable Koloba said, law is a precedent. Assuming that the Supreme Court actually did back their judgment based on the two former speakers, what's your take about such?
Yeah. So, from the experience of the Snow and Tyler issue, Snow won the case at the Supreme Court. Tyler won the case at the Supreme Court. But yet they still went ahead to exam. Because at the time, their colleagues refused to sit under that gavel. So they were unable to obtain the two-third majority to make sure they conduct sections. So they were forced to resign. I come back to Honorable Koloba. Honorable Koloba said a law is a precedent. I agree. But this is the same Honorable Koloba who is pointing finger at people that they are bribing the justices and the Chief Justice to rule in favor of the majority black. Koloba is yet to prove his claim. He accused the MD of the Port Authority that indeed they were issuing each of the justices $100,000 each to rule in favor of the majority black. So I can clearly tell you, if the majority black will win this case, the same other Koloba men will say those people were black. If the Koffa win this case, I can tell you the majority members will clearly tell us that those justices were black. So what we are following, I can tell you, mark my word, in the ruling today, the justices in Chimos and that of the Chief Justice, they will clearly tell us that they cannot interfere into the politics of the legislature. What we rule on will be due process. We will ask the majority black, did you give him due process? Because when they came out of the Temple of Justice,
I want to get this. If assuming that the Supreme Court says that, oh yes, indeed, they want the speaker should be given a due process, is it that the speaker going to sit under the gavel of Richard Cohen as speaker?
When the Supreme Court have a due process, because the majority bloc told the Supreme Court that they gave the speaker due process on ground that they wrote 3 times, but the speaker failed to attend to them to come and listen to his case and recruit himself from the position and go through the investigation. And they provided that in court. So the justices will not tell the majority black, mark my word, that you people were in error. No. And what Koffa is requesting from the court, he is telling the court to declare the setting of those majority black illegal. And the court cannot do that, because if the court do that, that means they are interfering into the first branch of government activities. The court will not do that. What the court will do, they will clearly tell the majority black, did you give in this process? If the court don't see a legal basis into the due process, they will tell the majority black to go and give him due process. And that means Koffa will stand a little bit on ground. But the Ministry of Justice, they came at the court, and when they were summoned, the Ministry of Justice clearly told the court that what unfolding at the first branch of government where no law was violated. They never violated any law. Now, I'm quoting from the Ministry of Justice. They never violated any law. So where will the court rule? It is what we are here to witness. But I can tell you the court will not rule in favor of Koffa and telling Koffa that these guys are proceeding illegally. No, the court don't have the legal right to tell the first branch of government that they were proceeding illegally. All the court will do is to tell them, you don't give him due process. And it is what we are here to witness, what we are here to see.
You say your name again?
Domingo Dawe is my name.
Okay. Which paper do you write for?
I write for the People's Newspaper.
All right, thank you so much. So guys, if you are following us from any part of the world, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are right here at the grounds of the Capitol building, where in today the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia are going to actually, settle down the final ruling, going to actually determines who's actually going to win or lose, or what going to be the next solution towards the Speaker Koffa group and also the anti-Koffa group. So this is how the ground of the Capitol building looking. So just to let you know, we just spoke with one of the veteran journalists, and he was providing his own personal thought because he understands legislative proceeding and also what other things that actually entails in legislative activities. So again, we are here and we will definitely provide you with all of the major and breaking happenings. I'm Princess KD Koffa coming to you live. You can like, share, and comment on our Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you for following this platform.